Green Jellÿ, a heavy metal and punk rock band known for their odd, often perverted, and comedic vocals. They were formed in 1981 in Buffalo, New York. Their lead singer is Bill Manspeaker. They have 5 studio albums and 4 EPs. Their first album is called Triple Live Mother Goose at BUDOKAN. It has a 4 star called Nightmare on Sesame Street, which is a very odd and chaotic song that is a bit dark, considering it has Bert and Ernie screaming and doing perverse things in the background. And then they have a Sex Pistols cover titled Anarchy in Bedrock, which is kind of a similar song, only themed to be in bedrock. But being it's based on the Sex Pistols song Anarchy in the UK, it is a far better song. It is very comedic, fantastical and rather wild vocals on the part of the lead singer. This is one of their best songs throughout their discography, by the way. It's very amusing and a interesting take on a punk rock classic. Now, their second album is probably their most well-known album called Serial Killer Soundtrack. The lead song in their most famous song is called Three Little Pigs. This is a very dark, very comedic, and odd song about the three little pig nursery rhyme gone crazy. I would really recommend you take a listen to this song. It's weird, it's just unique, and a lot of their best songs kind of follow this format where it's based on some odd nursery rhyme or a song from the band's childhood that they kind of reworked and made it a little more interesting. But this is one of their absolute best. Now, there are a couple other songs on the album that are worth noting. The lead single, Serial Killer, is a rather wild and odd song as well, with a lot of breakdowns in the with their guitar work, and surprisingly operatic vocals by the lead singer in the middle of the song. It's not quite as good as Three Little Pigs, but it's an overall fairly good song. I would say it's better than a 4 star. Just not their best song, but one of their better songs. There also are a couple of 4 stars on the album, such as Electric Harley House of Love, with some interesting riffs. The Misadventures of Shitman, which is incredibly odd and weird, and a song called House of Me Teenage Rave, which is again odd, weird, perverse, with an interesting beat, and well, let's just say very perverted. There is another song on the album called Green Jellÿ Theme Song, which some people like a lot, but I think it's kind of a so-so song. If you really like them, check it out. It doesn't compare at all to Three Little Pigs, but it's interesting. Their third album is called 333. It has a song in the beginning of the album, or on the album, called Anthem. This is a slow anthem song with a very odd structure. It's a 4 star, by the way. There is also another 4 star called Slave Boy. This has female vocals. I'm not sure who the vocalist is for it. And it has a good beat, and again, it's quite the perverse song, but it's kind of interesting. Then there's the Bear Song, which is based on a childhood song that the lead singer knew when he was a kid, and it's one of their best and most memorable songs. In fact, I would argue that it's probably better than Three Little Pigs and more memorable. It has some utterly great riffs. It was in a commercial at one point, apparently, because of the riffs. The guitar breakdowns in this song are utterly fantastic, and it's really memorable. In fact, like I said, it's arguably their best song, but probably comes in second most of the time just because Three Little Pigs is their more well-known song. Now, the rest of the songs on these first 3 albums, again, other than that, are really just a bunch of B-sides. They're okay. Once in a while, you get something okay for a little bit, but they really are forgettable other than that, those songs. Now, their fourth album was meant to be released in 1995. It's called Music to Insult Your Intelligence By, although it wasn't actually released till 14 years later in 2009. It isn't particularly notable. It has 3 songs that I will describe as 4 stars. that are kind of heavy and odd, but they never really stand out beyond that. More like heavy metal versus the early punk rock roots of this band. These songs are called Sugar and Spice, Gefilte Fish, and Albert Fish Liverworst. None of them, like I said, stand out like the Bear Song or Three Little Pigs or anything like that. But if you really like them, want to hear the better songs on that album, those are the three songs that stand out amongst the other songs on the album. Now, more recently, they've released a new album called Garbage Band Kids. This is, in my opinion, their second best album, if not their best. It was a real surprise how good it was, and there are a couple of very notable songs on it. Notably, the Ballad of Green Jellÿ, which is one of their best songs. It's very weird, like many of their music, a lot of their music, but it has some interesting harmonious vocals, and it feels like the band has sort of gotten better over time. They're known for intentionally performing poorly with their music and instrumentations, just to be loud and obnoxious. But this is feels like a very mature song for this band. It's very interesting. They also have a song called Drinking Song, which is just a good sing-along drinking song. It's not what you would expect from Green Jellÿ, and I would recommend it though. It's interesting. They have a 4-star, almost a 5-star called Hey Hey Hey. It's just kind of a steady song. It's interesting to listen to, and it's not bad. It's got a good beat to it. And then lastly, there's a song that I would describe as a 5-star standout called Puke Box. This is odd and weird, and it feels like something that would have been on Serial Killer soundtrack, but is more recent. It also kind of ties back with its themes to Three Little Pigs. It even seems to reference them that song a little bit. But it's by far one of their best songs. It's just one of their much newer songs that they put out recently that is just kind of interesting. Now, they have a couple of EPs as well, most of which are not notable, some of which just have songs from their albums on it, such as the Three Little Pigs song and a few others. The only song notable from their various EPs is a Christmas themed song called Green Jellÿ, or sorry, Green Jellÿ Xmas. They're, by the way, they're spelled Green Jelly, but they're pronounced Green Jello. Okay, I gotta get it right. This is an odd and incredibly weird and perverse Christmas song, which completely fits Green Jello and their overall themes and everything about them. It's just bizarre, but it's fun to listen to, and yeah, it's amusing. That's the only way to put it. Now, Green Jello is a kind of a blast from the past, though it's kind of like that weird band you might have heard in high school that, somebody might have had an album of, and it was always just disturbing and bizarre, and it's something like, Beavis and Butthead might enjoy. I'm not sure if they ever rated their videos any good or bad or liked them at all, but it seems like that kind of music. It's heavy to a certain degree, it's punk themed at the same time, and it's very comedic overall. Now they're similar in to a certain extent to Guar, although Guar is a little less comedic. Both bands put on wear costumes and do some wild antics at their shows, although Guar is probably more active. They also remind me of very early Megadeth, especially with the vocals that the lead singer often uses, oftentimes going really out there with the way he sings his song. Songs laughing in a bizarre way, in such as in Anarchy and Bedrock, in ways that just make him sound kind of crazy, but it makes it very interesting at the same time. Overall, I'd recommend Green Jellÿ, and I describe them as a 3-star out of 5-star band. Now, guys, if you like these reviews, you want to see more of them, please like the video and subscribe for further content.